So Christmas is now ancient history, as are the baseball winter meetings this year in Las Vegas, Nevada. As I welcome you to my Yankees Hot Stove Report. I'm Matt Levine. This is report number 3 as we highlight some of the happenings with the New York Yankees in the offseason in their pursuit of championship number 28. The Yankees, meanwhile, at the winter meetings this year, status quo. No real highlights for the Bronx Bombers since we spoke last, except for the fact that the Yankees do sign J.A. Happ. Came over in the midseason trade right before the deadline. Was fantastic for the Yankees. 7-0 down the stretch, an ERA just under 3. Meanwhile, lifetime at Yankee Stadium, 4-0 in ERA, about 2.79. Happ has certainly been good in the Bronx, and he was good for the Yankees last year in his half season in pinstripes. He gets a 2-year deal, so he'll get an opportunity to go out there every 5th day for the Bombers. I also mentioned the signing of James Paxton in my Hot Stove Report number 2. You know, after I did the report, I was thinking, wasn't Paxton this dude with the opening ceremonies, the bald eagle landing on him? Look how cool, calm, and collective. Like Dickie V used to say, Dick Vitale, the 3 C's, baby. He had all 3 of them, didn't he? I could never handle a bald eagle perching itself on me, let alone with 50,000 plus fans on opening day watching every move as you get ready to start a season. Impressive. Also, want to mention CC Sabathia, the big guy, had surgery on his heart. Certainly wish him a speedy, healthy recovery. The good news is that CC is expected to be A-OK and healthy for the start of spring training. Now let's talk about the news surrounding Manny Machado. When I spoke with you last about a month ago, it was still a big question mark. I was hesitant on the fact the Yankees would actually pull the trigger and go after Manny, but it looks like he's got a big decision to make, and it's going to come any day now, expected to come right after New Year's, and the odds are, a lot of reports coming out, that he's heavily leaning towards becoming a New York Yankee. How about that? The other 2 teams that he exclusively visited week before last included the Chicago White Sox and the Philadelphia Phillies. Just for the record, Manny's been solid at 46 games at Yankee Stadium, 289 career average, 8 homers, 20 RBI. Philly only 7 games, 1 homer, 4 RBI, 250 average, 17 games all-time in Chicago's new revamped, I should say, Kaminsky Field. 5 homers, 14 dingers, a 286 average. So he's done much better in the American League parks, but a small sampling for the Phillies at their great ballpark in the city of brotherly love. We'll see where he winds up, but the odds are, and the news is coming out, that right after New Year, it looks like Manny Machado may indeed break open the bubbly, break the bank, and become a New York Yankee. Now, just for ha-has, as they say, let's take a look at the lineup, what it would be like in 2019. You slide Manny into the 2-hole. It could be interchangeable with 4 and 5 with Stanton and Sanchez, but what a murderer's row a la 2019. So you've got Manny on the potential horizon to sign with the Yanks. We'll see how that shakes out. Of course, no DD with the Tommy John surgery. It would be interesting to see if Manny doesn't sign with the Yankees, what the Bombers do to fill the gap at shortstop until a DD's healthy enough to rejoin him, which you hope is sooner than later, because I certainly love having DD in the lineup. A true gentleman off the field and a great pro, consummate on the field. But it will be interesting to see. No Manny. Could the Yankees go the route of a Troy Tulowitzki, another guy who says he's always wanted to be a Yankee? Speaking of that, Adam Ottavino, a very popular name been floating out there as the Yankees have some patchwork to do in that bullpen. Who's going to join Tommy Kahnle, the other returnees in Belantansis, and Chapman? Robinson's still out there as a free agent. 2-term Yankee, valuable last year, the 34-year-old lefty out of the pen. Most nights unhittable, and one of those indestructible guys you march out there and seems to get the job done. Ice water in his veins type of reliever, and so much so that the Red Sox, one of those teams potentially interested in his services. Ottavino, a guy who's been with the Colorado Rockies for a long time. Breakout season last year, ERA of 2.74, 112 strikeouts in 77 and 2/3 of an inning. And he's a New York City guy. You know, Patrick Corbin, he's a New York State guy. Talk about breaking the bank. He said he wanted to be a Yankee, but the Nationals made him a Don Corleone, right? An offer you can't refuse. That's my best I can do. What can you say? I'll give up on the Godfather. Let's move back to the Yankees. But it will be interesting to see what the Yankees do. Also, Zach Britton is out there. Joined the Yankees for the second half of the season, coming over from the woeful Orioles, and he's coming back from Achilles tendon injury, kind of rehabbing on the fly with the Yankees. Baptism by fire in the Bronx, and he had his moments. He's still out there too. Red Sox also a favorite maybe to land his services. Now, meanwhile, the Red Sox lose Joe Kelly, goes to Los Angeles to pitch for the Dodgers. Familia was a name that was oh so familiar with the Yankees, but he goes back to the Mets. Mets make a big splash with Diaz. So lots of movement with a lot of teams reshaping, molding, and priming their bullpens for 2019. And you can bet that the New York Yankees will start to make some moves right after the New Year's, and we'll see if Manny Machado indeed becomes a New York Yankee. Until then, all I can do is say, Happy New Year. Cheers. Have a safe New Year. Enjoy it, and let's get ready for Yankee baseball in 2019. I'm Matt Levine saying thank you for joining me for this Yankees Hot Stove Report number 3. Again, Happy New Year's. Cheers to you.